I have been getting this question a lot recently, especially because I feel that a lot of people are going through some upheavals or intense challenges in their life. And I've gotten this question of, Lizzie, how did you not get mad at God? How did you not get frustrated or blame God for what you experienced with your health journey? Because you were in such pain during that time for a long, long time. And for those of you who may be new to my channel or need a reminder of what I experienced 2 years ago, my organs were failing. I could barely walk. I could barely talk. I will link the whole story up here if you wish to watch the whole story. If you want to listen to the whole story, I'll link it up here. And to sum it up, it wasn't until all human possibilities were exhausted to where I finally understood that there was a spiritual component to be looked at, and that the spiritual path is what was going to heal me. That is also when I discovered Reiki on a deep, deep level, which I then practiced on a daily basis for a year and brought me to recovery. That, amongst other things like affirmations, positive visualization, prayer. I enrolled myself into my own spiritual boot camp and really learned how to navigate through the darkness. Everything that I experienced has led me to where I am today, with a beautiful, abundant life, being of service, being able to travel anywhere in the world. I remember visualizing this when I was in pain. I remember visualizing the life that I knew was my birthright, that I know is my birthright. This is why I don't blame a higher power. I don't blame God for anything that I experienced. And if we're looking at it from a higher perspective, we are extensions of source energy. We are extensions of God. God is pure, unconditional love. So if we really dissect that, where was I operating outside of love? Where was I operating in fear? Because fear is the opposite of love. And there was so many ways that fear was taking a hold of my life. In my mind, it was plaguing everything. There was so much low vibrational energy around me. And this is completely understandable, especially because I was going through it. It was physically painful. It was the most pain that I had ever experienced in this human experience so far. For anyone else that may physically be experiencing pain, I'm sending you so much love because I know how difficult it can be. But I also know that your soul would never choose a challenge that it's not able to overcome, especially if you make the choice to see the enlightenment path of how can I connect to the light, and then also how can I support myself and then support humanity as I walk the pathway of the light. This part may resonate more with you depending on where you are in your spiritual journey. But I will say that the more expanded your consciousness is, the easier that it's going to be to shift to a higher perspective and then be able to see things from a higher perspective. Did that take a lot of effort from me? Absolutely. I was in victim mentality for a long time during my health journey until one day something clicked where instead of continuing to ask myself, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Why? I chose to ask myself, what is this trying to teach me? How can I learn from this? Where can I shift? And as soon as I made that conscious shift, as soon as I chose to see things in a perspective that could serve me, that would serve me, that is when reality shifted for me. It wasn't an overnight thing, but that is when I chose to play a crucial part in my own self-healing journey. No one was going to just hold my hand and pull me out of the darkness. I needed to find that courage within me to get myself out of the hole that I put myself in, because I was plagued in fear. I really spiraled. I spiraled all the way down to the pits of fear, the darkest that it had ever been in my entire life. And this is coming from someone that is naturally very, very optimistic. I had to pull myself out of the trenches, and it was the best decision I ever made. Would I do it again? Would I do that whole experience again? Probably not, but I don't regret any part of that journey, because it made me who I am today. It taught me resilience. It taught me the power of prayer, of miracle mindset, of committing to sustaining a frequency that would serve me. And that was faith, committing to that faith even when there was no evidence that I would heal. It was an inner knowing that burned so strongly that I knew nothing was going to put it out. And that frequency will save you. So through the intuitive messages that I was getting, and I'm also very clairvoyant, and this message of Reiki came to me. I remember seeing this book of Reiki, even though I resisted it for a long time. I knew deep in my heart that this was that next step. Even though my ego was screaming inside, I knew that this was the path. I knew deep in my heart that this was the path. And I committed to doing Reiki on myself every single day for a year. And slowly but surely, I started to recover. I regained my health back. My organs started to function properly again. I gained my weight back. I started to receive light in my face, light in my eyes again. And the doctors were flabbergasted. They had no logical explanation as to why I started healing. And I look back at this time with so much gratitude for that journey, even though I would never want my human self to experience that again. I understand, looking back in hindsight, why it all happened the way that it did. This experience has led me to becoming the healer I am today. I'm not scared of anything. I have seen it all. I've seen the darkest of energies. I have felt what it's like to almost cross over, and I have experienced the blessings that come with choosing to stay and walking the pathway of the light. I am now living a life that I deeply, deeply love, being of service, sharing healing with humanity in whatever way that I feel called to share it, whether it be through the stories that I share, channeled messages, or energy healing. So this is why I do not blame a higher power for what I went through. It's because I know that on a soul level, I chose this initiation. I chose to walk this path. I chose to experience contrast, because in the contrast is where you are also able to access higher levels of light. That doesn't mean that I didn't experience a lot of trauma with my experience and still had to heal through that. Earlier this year, I was going through some emotions, processing a lot of emotions that happened with my health journey, and also my energetic state knew that it was time to really process everything that had happened, that I felt safe enough to really go back there and process everything. And as I did, I could feel myself, that ego self, ask, why did I choose such a hard, intense initiation that brought so much pain on the physical level and also emotional level, not just to me, but to my family too? Why would I choose that? And I could feel myself feeling so bad for that younger version of me of, oh my goodness, poor Lizzie, poor younger version of me that experienced this. It was heartbreaking. I was feeling all the heartbreak all over again. And then I was sitting on the beach, continuing to process these emotions. I remember it like it was yesterday. This was in Koh Phangan, Thailand earlier this year. And I had a book with me. The book is called the Sophia Code. And if you have not heard of the Sophia Code before, it's a book on the Ascended Masters. And it also shares their initiations, and they have beautiful, beautiful codes to share with the reader as well. I placed my hands on that book. It was my first time going into reading on an Ascended Master's journey. And I remember opening up the book to Kuan Yin's story, her initiation, her key code. For anyone that doesn't know who Kuan Yin is, she is the goddess of compassion. My dad spoke a lot about Kuan Yin as I was growing up, and he spoke a lot of positive things about her. I never really heard any of the triumphs that she had to face. I just heard a lot of the light energy that she gives to humanity, that she supports humanity with. So much love, so much compassion. And when I started reading her story, oh my goodness, it was as if everything went white around me, and it was just me and Kuan Yin's story. And I could feel the angels beside me as well as I was reading her story. And as I was reading her story, I could feel myself get so emotional. She is a warrior. I had no idea that she experienced sexual trauma, physical abuse, losing her whole entire family. And then 7 years or somewhere around that time of healing, of deep, deep healing and transformational work to rise into the goddess that she is today to reach this enlightened state, to support other souls and also rising as well. She chose to walk the pathway of forgiveness, even when she was fighting against it for a long time. And that was liberating for her. And she's also someone that you can call upon if you feel like forgiveness is something that is really, really hard for you. But hearing her journey, learning about her journey, humbled me. It humbled me to the core. And it made me see things from an even higher perspective, deepening my understanding of, yes, I did choose this as an initiation. I chose this very, very painful period of my life, this year of my life, even longer than that, really, as an initiation. So instead of thinking of it as it took this a year or two off of my life, I see it as a blessing now. What a blessing it is to have the opportunity to face something so painful to where I can hold an even deeper level of depth, of understanding and compassion for humanity, for anyone else who may be going through physical pain or going through a health journey or grieving old parts of themselves. The more pain that you experience, you're also able to experience the complete contrast of that which is the light, which is love. So really, it is a blessing. What a blessing it is. What an opportunity it is to have this intense initiation. But remember, you have to choose to see it that way. Perspective is key. Perspective will shift everything for you. So if you are someone that is going through a challenging time in your life right now, or a very painful time, I encourage you to do your best. Connect back to your heart space, connect back to your heart, and ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this support my evolutionary journey as a soul? How can I choose to see past the illusion of all things, even when things are physically painful? And as you bring these questions in, a shift is already occurring. A vibrational shift is already occurring, because it always starts with the mind. It definitely always starts with the mind. Nothing external is controlling your life. Remember that you are co-creating with the universal energies at all times. And yes, there are different factors that can come into play. But at the core of your being, your soul knows that it holds the compass, it holds the map, the roadmap to navigating out of any situation that you're in. Trust yourself, tune into your inner courage, come back to your heart, connect back to the frequency of love, and you will be able to make it out of anything. Healing is your birthright, abundance is your birthright, joy is your birthright, optimal health and happiness is your birthright. If this message has resonated with you, or if there's any part of this message that touched you or moved you, I would love to hear in the comments below. And please feel free to send this to anyone that you feel it may benefit. We are all in this together. I love you all so much, and I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for being part of this beautiful community, and thank you for choosing to walk the pathway of the light, because if you're watching this video, you're definitely walking the pathway of the light. I'm sending infinite love and blessings your way. May miracles and those blessings continue to flow your way today and every day. I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.